Hello everyone. Let's head on to our first case. Case 1. Am I the bad person for refusing to give or loan money to my stepsister for college? My parents divorced when I, 20F, was 6. My dad remarried when I was 11. My stepmom had 2 kids before she married my dad. Jace was already an adult and out of the house. Emmy was 9. Jace was closer with his dad than he was to my stepmom, while Emmy only ever had my stepmom. She was like an excited puppy when my dad and stepmom met. She was really into me, and she was looking for us to be super close. It was a little much, and she hated when I'd be at my mom's house and tried to get invited over pretty often. My dad got me a lock so I could protect my bedroom at his house when I was with mom. I was 50-50 with my parents, so I'd be gone for a week at a time, which seemed risky to have an overexcited kid who wasn't happy about me being gone having access while I wasn't there. I did tolerate the overexcited parts of Emmy because we got along mostly fine when my stepmom stepped in and reminded Emmy she didn't get to have my attention 24/7. But a couple of years after my dad and stepmom got married, things went south. I was sick and couldn't get out of bed, and Emmy was told to leave me alone, but she didn't, and when she tried to make me get up and play with her, I snapped and told her to leave me alone. And she cried and told me I was the worst sister, and why did I never want to hang out with her? My stepmom came and pulled her out of the room. When I was better, my dad and stepmom did a sit-down talk for the 4 of us, and they told Emmy she was wrong to bother me when I was sick. She ignored them and said she wants to hang out with me and be best friends, but I only want her around sometimes. I told her I have my own life and I don't want her attached to my side all the time. She cried, and my stepmom talked to her more about respecting her space, but she decided if I wouldn't be her sister like she wanted, then she was mad at me. I stopped making any effort to spend time with her and focused on my friends. Emmy hated me for it, but I never loved spending time with her. I was mostly being nice, but I didn't want the needy energy around all the time. In retaliation for it, she trashed my room a year and a half later. She broke my school laptop, my cell phone, several photos, tore up a few of my books, and tore the stuffy that my late aunt bought for me. I refused to stay at my dad's 50% after that. I still saw him, but I wanted to be as far from Emmy as possible. I have been really low contact with her since. When I was in my senior year of high school, my mom was diagnosed with cancer and she died on my 18th birthday. I inherited a really healthy amount from her and a house that I sold, as per mom's instructions, and found a place to call my own. I haven't really spent much of the money. Maybe like $500 in 2 years, and that was to help while I struggled with the money from my job and I was figuring out what I wanted. My dad knew about the money, but not the exact amount. Same with my stepmom. They still don't know how much I have. Emmy's graduating this summer and she plans to attend college. She's not going to be eligible for any scholarships, and my dad and stepmom don't have much money to help her. My stepmom wanted me to give Emmy some money for college as a gift to help her out. I shut that idea down immediately and told her I wasn't about to give Emmy free money. I told her we might have been kids when everything happened, but I wasn't about to forget everything that happened either and reward her for it. My stepmom said I should work on bettering my relationship with Emmy, and she still wanted a sister. Then she suggested I loan her some money so she'd have less student loans for college. She mentioned that to Emmy too, and Emmy sent me this plan of how much I could give and when she could start paying it back. I shut that down too and said it wouldn't happen. I also blocked Emmy. My stepmom pushed the issue and I told Dad. He asked if there was any way I'd reconsider and I said no. He said he'd talk to them, but my stepmom is still bugging me about it. She told me I should help my sister and all this. I bit back a retort of Emmy isn't my sister, but I typically get along with my stepmom, so I was trying to be less mean about that. But she was really angry I wouldn't consider either option, not even when she offered to pay for the legal fees to obligate Emmy to pay me back. Am I the bad person? What do you guys think? Lay down your ruling in the comments section and let's move on to our next story. Case 2. Am I the bad person for cutting a friend of 17 years off for a guy? So basically, me and my friend had been friends for 17 years, practically inseparable for 7. We stayed that close even when we both had partners and both became single again. She used to confide in me with literally everything about everything: her sex life, her relationship, the arguments her and her ex were having, the arguments she thought would happen, things he was doing that were annoying her. All this to say we were really close. We skip ahead a bit and I've met my now boyfriend and we were getting pretty serious. I decided I wanted him to meet her, though he already had his opinions on her from things I told him about. We walked to a public park near her house and invited her to come down. She started taking a long time. She lived literally one road away. She crosses it, she's at the park, and I joked she was getting changed to show me up. She came down in a PJ set but had changed the top to a crop top. A little weird, but never mind. I introduced them and they began awkwardly talking until she asks who of my friends he had met. I tried to tell him not to answer. She didn't have any other friends besides me. I sound insensitive, but it's genuinely factual. He answers the only name he can remember, which is a friend's friend. We're not too close. Who was at my party? My friend planned something, switches. And she starts saying horrible things to my partner. I was actually stunned. It rendered me speechless while I was trying to process what was going on. I kept telling her to stop after I realized I can't stay silent while this is happening. She's ignoring me, so I'm standing up and trying to get in the way of her vile behavior. My partner turns to me and says, "Can we leave? This girl is jarring," and I just nod and we leave. Then my friend does this thing where she storms off crying and, genuinely, waits for me to run after her. I used to every time in the past. 2 days later, I get a paragraph from her saying I'm an awful person for letting him say that and agreeing and leaving her there, and that she can't believe I'm throwing our friendship away for some guy. I had previously been talking to her about how great he is and how genuinely happy he makes me. All things suggested she was happy for me. I had time to sit on the situation and it just made me angrier, and I was very blunt in my message back. I might be a bit of an AH for that, but I think it was justified by this point in time. The reason I'm thinking about it now, months later, is because she started randomly sending me photos of things in a room that we did together 6+ years ago, lists, sleepover plans, you get the idea. And it makes me feel awful for not really missing her anymore. The first week of no contact I did, but I knew that was the end of our friendship pretty quickly, as why would I disrespect my partner by hanging out with someone with those views of him? But I don't know, am I the bad person? What do you guys think of this one? Let us know in the comments section, and let's move on to our next story. Case 3. Am I the bad person for wanting to actually live my life instead of rotting on the couch with my husband? I'm in a slump where I'm struggling to find joy in anything. Even my absolute favorite wind-down activities, writing, music, feel like a chore. It's like my brain has short-circuited, and no matter how much I want to care, I just can't. And the worst part? It's getting worse. Since August, it's been a slow, steady decline, and now even basic tasks for my kids feel impossible. I do what I have to, getting the older ones ready for school, but my toddler? Spending time with her should be my joy, my priority, and yet, it feels like dragging myself through glass. I know what I should be doing, but I physically can't. And I hate it. I'm so damn tired of this. So, I decided to change it. Force change if I had to. Yesterday, before the Super Bowl, I told my husband we were going on a hike, my favorite park, nothing crazy. We'd be back long before kickoff, food would still get made, no harm, no foul. He said he just wanted to relax, so I told him fine, I'd take the kids myself. And that's when the attitude started. Sulking, sighing, making the whole hike miserable. But then, on the way home, he had the nerve to say, that was actually nice. Fast forward to today. He had work, I still felt like garbage, but I wasn't about to sit in it. So, I took the kids to a different park. When we got home, I texted him to let him know we were back. His response? Hope you liked your walk with whatever boyfriend you decided to go see. I had lost my shit. If he stopped acting so insecure, maybe I'd actually want to do things with him. Maybe if he didn't spend so much time kicking me down, I'd want to screw him more often. Maybe if he treated me like a person instead of a default setting, I'd want to touch him. But no. He just wants to relax. And what does relaxing mean? Sitting at home. Sitting at his parents' house. Sitting at my parents' house. We don't do anything. We don't live. And when I try to, suddenly I'm a cheating whore. And then, he blocked me. I got a notification that my own husband isn't accepting my texts anymore. Oh, and I had to text all this because I lost my voice helping at my 5-year-old school for STEAM Day on Friday and guest speak at my 13-year-old's creative writing club on Thursday afternoon, bringing my toddler to both, might I add, but sure, I'm the bad guy. So, tomorrow? I'm taking my toddler on another hike. Just me and her. While my older two are at school. And if my husband has something to say about it, he can say it to the void, because I'm done begging him to see me. I feel like he's the main reason I'm feeling like this, and it kills me inside because I've been with him since I was 17. Tell me, am I the bad person? Or am I just losing my mind? You've sat down, you've listened. Now, it's time to state your ruling. What is it gonna be? Let us have it down in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more cases like these. In life, we may run, but we can never hide from true justice. Stay safe, everyone.